The Earth's surface is over 96% water, and the oceans that make up most of that water provide the world with several irreplaceable resources. Despite the ocean's great importance to the world, we continue to ignore the problem that is slowly killing our waters. Ocean pollution is a global problem that has been affecting our oceans since humanity came to be, and its side effects have been growing more clear ever since the Industrial Revolution. However, the combination of a spike in plastic, chemical, and oil usage, and a lack of protection for our oceans has caused the problem of ocean pollution to grow exponentially in the past 100 years. Every year, 8 million tons of plastic and 706 million gallons of oil find their way into our beautiful oceans. This plastic and oil pollution is predicted to completely destroy the ocean's ecosystem by 2048. This destruction of the ocean and its ecosystems would present a number of serious problems that would affect every person on the planet. So, why do we need to address this issue? Well, before we can talk about that, we need to have a basic understanding of how ocean pollution affects us. The first major way ocean pollution affects us is through oxygen. Humans need oxygen to breathe. And the phytoplankton and other marine life that is in the ocean accounts for 80% of oxygen produced in the atmosphere. So, if the ocean is destroyed, we will lose that 80% of oxygen. The second major way it affects us is through our food. There's roughly 5.2 trillion pieces of plastic in the ocean, and fish eating plastic is becoming a more common occurrence. The problem is that this plastic gets into the fish's system, dissolves, and then the chemicals that were in the plastic find their way into the fish's meat. Then, humans take those fish and eat them. So, the chemicals that were in the fish now get transferred into our bodies. These chemicals can have a number of serious health problems, from heart disease to kidney failure, respiratory issues, and even an increased risk of cancer. The final way that ocean pollution affects us is through how vital it is to us. 3 billion. That's the number of people in the world that rely on the ocean for their livelihood. What this means is that if the ocean dies, 3 billion people will have to find a new way to feed their families and feed themselves. So, now that we understand how it affects us, why do we need to address it? And why do we need to address it now? The first reason is how time sensitive it is. Scientists estimate that the oceans could be empty as soon as 2048. This means that we are running out of time to fix the problem. The changes needed in order to save the ocean are not overnight changes. They are long, complex issues that take a great deal of time, money, and effort. So, the sooner we get started at discussing, finding solutions to, and putting those solutions into place, the better chance we will have of saving our oceans. The second reason we need to address this issue now is the finality of ocean pollution. Our oceans are a very complex and non-understood place. This complexity and lack of knowledge makes them very fragile and susceptible to outside influences. This means that once our oceans are gone, that's it. Once they are empty, they will be empty forever. No matter what we do, what we try, or how long we try to do it, the oceans will never be the same once they are destroyed, meaning we will lose one of our most valuable resources forever.
Cutting back on ocean pollution would make the world a better place in many ways. Cleaning the oceans would improve not only ocean life, but also human health, as plastic is now entering the ocean food chains, which ends up being caught and served to people as food. Luckily, there are some organizations to help the cause and protect the ocean from pollution. One important foundation against ocean pollution is the Plastics Oceans Foundation Canada. It is a federal non-profit Canadian organization looking to reduce the plastics in Canadian shores by 75% by 2025. Donations go directly to helping clean Canadian shores from harmful and polluting plastics, with only $25 cleaning 1 kilometer of Canada's coast. While looking to clean up Canadian waters from plastics, the Plastic Ocean Foundation also has education programs to inform the youth how to reduce their plastic waste. They visit schools to inform the youth of the threats the oceans face, teach them how they can take action and make a difference, and list the reasons why there's still hope for our oceans. Another important foundation is the Plastic Pollution Coalition. It is a global alliance of more than 1,200 organizations and thought leaders in 75 different countries around the world who are working towards a world free of plastics and the negative effects it has on humans, animals, waterways, the ocean, and the environment. They have multiple goals which would help reduce ocean pollution, including having people reduce their use of single-use plastics and businesses enforcing regulations which would have their packaging being designed to be reusable, durable, and useful. One example of a movement they have is the Last Plastic Straw movement, which is trying to eliminate plastic straws from use and instead introduce an eco-friendlier alternative, such as stainless steel straws. The goal of this is to remove plastic straws from our lives, as they are extremely polluting and harmful to our environment, especially the oceans. A third and final organization against ocean pollution is Oceana.org. They work towards maintaining ocean ecosystems, and they also try and end major sources of ocean pollution such as oil, mercury, and shipping emissions. Oil spills and carbon dioxide emissions are a big polluter of the oceans, and Oceana is looking to stop polluting from all these sources. These polluters saturate the ocean and make them increasingly acidic. Chemicals and shipping emissions are also a big part of ocean pollution, and reducing these would be a big step in the right direction in terms of improving the ocean's health. Oceana also campaigns for the protection of especially vulnerable places to ocean pollution, such as the Arctic and the Mediterranean. Overall, with the reduction of pollution in the world's oceans would come a significant change to the health in our ocean, but also human life. Donations to said organizations can make a big difference in cleaning our oceans, and it is important for people to take initiative in the effort of reducing ocean pollution in our world. If this issue is ignored and not resolved, there will be serious implications for our oceans and world globally. First, the pollution is destroying the ocean and causing harm to all the aquatic ecosystems. As the ocean absorbs carbon emissions, the pH level of the water begins to change, which leads to acidification of the ocean. When the ocean becomes more acidic and its chemistry is changed, it negatively affects the plants and animals in the ocean. As the ocean gets more polluted, it threatens the survival of these ocean organisms by killing off certain organisms, which can in turn damage a whole food chain. This has a nasty effect on ocean life by killing them, which leads to even bigger issues affecting people all around the world. The pollution in water ecosystems also leads to problems directly affecting people around our world. It has global implications as people all around the world use the ocean for nutrition, and with the organisms becoming increasingly more toxic, it poses health threats as the chemicals can enter people through ingestion of seafood. The people who live near large bodies of water are especially vulnerable to this, as seafood can be a main source of food for them, and it is a problem which needs to be resolved in order to maintain the health of as many people as possible, especially those vulnerable to said pollution of the ocean. One more global effect, which is often disregarded concerning ocean pollution, is the negative effects it has on our economy. As the pollution in the ocean increases, so does the price to clean up the mess made each year through pollution. There is large economic cost for cleanup operations, litter removal, the repair and the replacement of damaged vessels and gear caused by plastics in the ocean. The economy can also suffer due to ocean pollution in terms of selling ocean products. If the toxicity of the ocean keeps rising and more organisms keeps dying, businesses will start to lose products which will result in less money. For example, if more fish keep dying, there will be less fish to be collected and sold, and in a location near the ocean where fish is a primary food source, fishermen will start to lose jobs and businesses will go out of business if they cannot sell fish because they're all dying due to human activity and pollution. Overall, ocean pollution is a very serious thing and needs to be cleaned up for our world.